Hi everyone, and welcome to the Norwood Morialta High School Digital Transition Session for 2021. My name is Jason Sharp, and I'm the Assistant Principal and Director of Wellbeing for Learning at Norwood Morialta High School. I'd like to begin this evening's session firstly with the Acknowledgement of Country, and firstly welcoming you in Ghana language. Nina Mani. Nina Mani is Ghana for hello, how are you? We acknowledge this land that we meet on today is the traditional lands for the Ghana people, and that we respect their spiritual relationship with their country. We also acknowledge the Ghana people as the custodians of the Adelaide region, and that their cultural and heritage beliefs are still as important to the living Ghana people today. The artwork that you can see on your screens this evening is the work of one of our Indigenous students in Year 10, and she completed this work last year. And it represents her connection to her Indigenous cultural background, which is a really important part of her identity. And we felt like it was pretty fitting to share this with you this evening, because transition to high school is all about forming your identity. And we really look forward to being a part of that as you commence your journey at our school. So this is the first ever Norwood Morialta High School Digital Transition Session. And we're really looking forward to sharing with you this evening an insight into what it will be like transitioning to our school and what life is like at Norwood Morialta High School. So you'll hear from a range of different people, and we'll be sharing with you information about our school, some of the key dates and exciting things that will be happening with the transition program. You'll hear about your first task for our school, which is the transition profile task. And then we're going to answer some of your top questions which you may have about transitioning to our school. You'll also meet a range of different important people who you'll get to know throughout your time at our school. So first you'll meet Jackie Van Wrighton, our principal, Amanda Walsh, our deputy principal, Danny Gagliati, our Year 7 Learning Community Leader or Year Level Leader, Georgina D'Angelo, our Year 8 Learning Community Leader. We also have two very special guests, Oliver Rowett and Olivia Formosa, who are two of our current Year 8 students and house leaders. I'd now like to introduce you to Jackie Van Wrighton, the principal of our school, who's going to welcome you to Norwood Morialta High School.
Hello everyone. As Jason said, I'd like to say a very, very special welcome to you all. It's fantastic that you are able to join us. As you know, Norwood Morialta High School is actually undergoing a whole lot of changes, and we are really looking forward to and preparing for next year, where we are all going to be on the one campus, the Parade campus. It's a very exciting time for our school, not only to be on the one campus, but most importantly to welcome the new Year 7 and Year 8 students to our school. Next year we'll have approximately 1,750 students on this campus. So I know for many of you that's a very large number. It might be a bit scary, but we have got some fantastic programs and also very safe, supportive spaces so that you can feel really connected to your school, to your peers, and also to your learning. As far as our work, we have been preparing some and organising some amazing facilities, and I look forward to talking to you about those a little later in the program. But we'll also be looking at, we are also making sure that you've got lots of opportunities to connect with your learning through what happens in the classroom, to also the experiences that happen outside of the classroom through sport and other co-curricular activities. We're a really busy place. We have not only a lot of students, but we also have amazing teachers who are very supportive, and they are really looking forward to working with you and with your families. But we also have got some extraordinary opportunities. We believe and we want to develop global citizens. So when you all leave our school, you are prepared to be able to meet the challenges of this changing world and really make a difference to your local and your global community. We're an exciting place, and we are thrilled to have you join us. So we hope you have a really great evening tonight. I'm now, without further ado, going to be passing on to you Danny Gagliati, so inviting her to come over and talk to you. Danny is our Year 7 Learning Community Leader, so she's going to be someone who's responsible for all of the Year 7s. So please, Danny.
Hello everyone, and I am Danny Gagliati. I will be the Year 7 Learning Community Leader for all of our new Year 7s next year. I'm really excited to get to know you and work with you and support you as you transition into high school. It's a really special year for us because it's our first year with Year 7s on our campus, and we've been preparing a lot of new programs ready, exciting new programs with our teachers. I want to share with you some key dates that are coming up for you in your transition. So for you as students, the most important key dates coming up are the Year 6 to 7 transition days. And these will be happening on the Monday and Tuesday of week 8 in term 4. These days are going to give you a lot of opportunities to build new connections with a whole range of new peers and with your new teachers, and give you some tasters of the types of learning experiences you're going to have across the curriculum during your time here in Year 7. The week before that, your parents will get the opportunity to come and join us and hear a lot more about the organisation and information they need to know to support you in your transition, and that will be held here on the senior campus on Wednesday the 24th of November. And the other thing I'm sure you're really eager to hear more about is the first day of Year 7, and we'll have more information about that coming out later on in the year, particularly on transition. We'll give you lots of detail, but we want you to know that we are planning a staggered start for our year. And so what that will mean is that our new transitioning students, our Year 6s into Year 7 and our Year 7s into Year 8, will be joining us on the first day along with our Year 12s. And that will give you an opportunity to settle in and get to know the school, get to know your locations and your places and spaces, and become comfortable before we have all 1,750 students on site. I'd now like to talk to you about the Year 7 camp. I know there's been lots of excitement about the idea of a Year 7 camp, and I can share with you that we've planned this for early in term 1 with the purpose of, again, building those really strong positive connections with your teachers and your classmates. And this will be happening at Woodhouse Activity Centre in week 2. There's lots of fantastic activities to do there, and you may be aware of some of them. So Challenge Hill, Labyrinth, Laser Skirmish, and many, many more. And we will get some more information out to you, of course, later this year. But we're very excited to have our Year 7s join us then for that camp. I'd now like to hand over to Mr. Angelo, Georgina D'Angelo, who's our Year 8 Learning Community Leader, who's going to welcome our new Year 8s and talk about some of their exciting events too.
Hi everybody, it's so nice to be able to introduce myself to you all. I am Georgina D'Angelo, the Year 8 Learning Community Leader. I'm really looking forward to meeting all the Year 7s who will be our new Year 8s next year. Some key dates that are important for all of you. Transition Day. These days are jam-packed, they are fun, they are full of different programs, us getting to know you, you getting to know us, making those connections before you start with us next year. For the Year 7s going into Year 8, those days for you will be Thursday the 2nd of November and Friday the 3rd of November. So week 8, term 4, just like the Year 7s, they'll be at the beginning of the week and we will be at the end of the week. The week before that, for all the parents, we will also have a Year 7 to 8 parent information evening here at the senior campus where we can continue to answer any questions that you may have. As with the Year 7s as well, we'll also be starting a day earlier than the rest of the school. So Year 7s, Year 8s and Year 12s will be coming back a day early. So you have the whole campus to yourself. You get to meet your teachers, you get to know the school, just to ease you in a little bit. So taking some of those nerves off for your first day. So we're very excited about all of these exciting events. Speaking of exciting events, Year 8 Camp. Year 8 Camp was an amazing experience this year. I'm sure there are lots of you that have siblings that went on Year 8 Camp this year. Year 8s will be going on camp in week 4 in term 1 next year. So from Monday the 24th of February to Friday the 28th of February. It will be 2 days, 1 night for all the groups involved, and there'll be more information coming out about that on transition day. the Year 8s will be going to Milo Adventure Camp. So you might have heard of Milo before, you might have been there before. They are awesome. It is such a great time. There are so many activities like the Flying Fox, low ropes, high ropes, bridge building, team building activities, mountain biking, orienteering. The food is also really good too. It's great weather. It is just a great time. Everyone that came back from camp this year, the buzz was amazing with all the Year 8s. There were so many great connections that were formed. So we're really, really looking forward to doing that again next year. I would now like to introduce Miss Amanda Walsh. She is our Deputy Principal to talk about the transition profile task.
Thanks, Georgina. Hi everyone, I am super excited to be talking to you about the transition profile task. This is something that we introduced last year and it was incredibly successful. In fact, it gave us such a fantastic opportunity to get to know our students before they come to us. So look, this gives you the chance to kind of share with us either via a vodcast, you could do an interview, you could do a PowerPoint, a written reflection or a podcast, whatever really suits you, to give us a real insight into you as a learner. And we share this information with the teachers at our school. And remember, there's no wrong or right answer. It's really about your journey and your experience in school. What do you need to do? We want you to present your answers and responses in questions. Be really honest. Be really open. This is not a test, okay? And what we want you to do is to stick to only about 3 minutes, particularly if you're doing a vodcast, and about 1 page if you're writing. So we've kind of supplied you with some questions, but you can add some other things, and you certainly don't necessarily have to answer all the questions. But some of the things we want to know about you is describe your personality. What are your challenges as a learner and how do you overcome them? Because if we really understand the challenges that you have, then we're able to work with you and support you through your learning journey. What do you want to achieve during your high school year? What are some of the things that you would like to experience? What are you excited about? What are you nervous about? And is there anything else that you'd really like to know about high school? So this is something we'd like you to do in your own time. There may be some opportunity in your primary school as well, but this is something we'd like you to kind of take on and embrace as well. Using examples so telling stories about yourself is something that we'd really like to hear. This is an example of one of our wonderful Year 8s, Madison Lee. So sit back and have a listen to Madison.
Hi there, my name is Madison Lee and this is my transition profile.
Describe your personality.
I would describe myself as a funny, carefree, helpful, easygoing, sensible and outgoing person.
What are some things you would like your future teachers to know about you?
Well, some of the things I would like my teachers to know about me is that I have many different hobbies and I'm interested in many different things. Another thing about me is that I have set myself many goals and I try my best to achieve them.
What are your strengths?
Some of my strengths are that I'm a hard worker, a good leader, a fast learner, I'm creative, confident, and responsible.
What are your challenges as a learner? How do you overcome them?
A challenge I have as a learner is that I have very poor time management skills. I plan to improve this by having a schedule and to continue trying to plan my time.
I learn best when?
I learn best when I'm working individually or with a small group of 2 to 3 people.
If you really knew me as a learner, you would know.
If you really knew me as a learner, you would know that I'm quite talkative. However, I know when to stop talking and when to work hard.
What do you want to achieve during your time in high school?
Some things that I want to achieve while in high school is to join the volleyball team and the netball team. Another thing I want to achieve is to have a healthy schedule and to make some new friends.
How can your teachers support you to achieve your best?
A way my teachers can support me is by giving me the right amount of independence.
What are you worried about starting high school? How can the staff at Norwood Morialta High School support you in your transition at high school?
There's nothing I'm particularly worried about. However, I'm a bit worried about not being able to hand up my work in time. Other than that, I'm not very worried about anything. Thank you for listening to my transition profile. Bye!
So as you can see, Madison did kind of an interview vodcast style. And she was incredibly honest and very insightful. So that gave us a real understanding of her as a learner and some of the things that she'd like to experience in high school. One of the important parts is you uploading your tasks. So if you go to our website, on our website we have bucket loads of information about transition, and that is your kind of go-to one-stop shop for information about Norwood Morialta High School. So if you go to our website, follow the links, click here, upload your profile, and what that means is that that will come to us, and that we will then spend the time in teams of people kind of looking at and learning about you, and then being able to kind of create and develop your learning opportunities and experience for you the following year. This next part will give you, I guess, a further insight into the day in life of a middle school student. So enjoy and sit back and watch. Thank you. Hi, I'm Deputy Principal Amanda Walsh, and welcome to Norwood Morialta High School. Across their high school years, our student cohort will have a diverse and unique experience where learning looks a little different for each student, thanks to the vast range of subjects, activities and programs on offer.
Every day is different, but every morning you'll start off with PLG for 15 minutes.
And then I would open my day map where it tells you all your classes, what to do, your assessments, if you have any things to do, and it also has your homework.
Lunch and recess is a time for having a break, and I normally just forget about everything and just spend time with my friends, which I really enjoy.
And then after school I catch a bus down to the city on most days, and then I row from 4:30 p.m. till 6:30 p.m.
No educational journey comes without its challenges, especially for students navigating the path into young adulthood. At Norwood Morialta High School, we understand your child might encounter difficulties somewhere along the way, but we are here to help.
My first day of middle school was really nerve-wracking. I was scared that my teachers wouldn't like me, or my friends and peers would change, or I wouldn't get good grades. But I was also really excited just for a new start.
I was definitely unsure about how big the school was going to be. I was a bit scared I was going to get lost in the crowd, but luckily they were really supportive, helped me out in every possible situation I had.
At Nmhs there's a lot of support groups. We have an amazing wellbeing leader and wellbeing committee.
As a proud provider of the International Baccalaureate Middle Years program in Years 8 to 10, Norwood Morialta focuses on interdisciplinary learning and independent self-directed learning. Our program encourages our students to become the curious, caring and insightful learners of today and tomorrow. We look forward to welcoming you next year to Norwood Morialta High School, a place to grow, learn and discover.
So far you've heard a lot of information about some of the wonderful opportunities you'll have at our school and about the exciting transition program we have planned for you. But now, for this part of the session, we're going to be looking at some of your top questions that you may have about transitioning to school. We know this could be a nervous but also exciting time for you. We've actually met with a small group of Year 6 and 7 students who'll be joining us next year. We asked them what are some of the big things you'd like to know about our school. So we've got some of these top questions. We've got a few people to join us to answer these questions. So I'd like to begin by firstly welcoming again Olivia Formosa and Oliver Rowett, two of our Year 8 students and house leaders, who will begin with the first question.
Hello, I'm Oliver Rowett and I'm one of the Red House captains.
Hi, my name is Olivia Formosa and I'm one of the Blue House leaders. The first question is, what will camp be like? In week 4, term 1, we got the opportunity to go to Milo Adventure Camp. We did many activities such as frisbee golf, low ropes, flying fox, mountain biking, orienteering and bridge building. Personally, my favourite activity was mountain biking. It was a challenge, but I managed to stay on my bike. We had many great dishes that were enjoyed, such as lasagna and burgers for main meals. For breakfast we had the choice of toast or cereal, and our dessert consisted of chocolate mousse with Anzac biscuits as a late night snack. We slept in dorms, which are like rooms but with bunk beds and storage for bags. The girls and boys slept in separate rooms. My favourite part was participating in the activities and being on my first camp.
What co-curricular programs can I experience at Nmhs? We have a wide range of sports at Norwood, like soccer, basketball, football, volleyball, cricket, tennis, badminton, and many others. We do also have special programs that you can apply for, like the pedal pre and rowing programs. Everyone who is at the rowing, does rowing and pedal pre, has a specific coach or staff that helps them with it. I found my school basketball a fun experience and a good way to get to know your peers through a common interest. Our school would also like to know what our future students already do and what they would like to start doing. We will send out a survey soon, so stay tuned.
What subjects will I experience? Throughout the year, you will experience a wide variety of subjects. You'll get to choose a language from the options of Japanese, Chinese, Greek, Italian, and German. The language you choose at the beginning of your schooling here at Nmhs, you'll be doing for the next 5 years. For example, at the start of this year, I chose to do Japanese, so that's what I'll be doing for the next 5 years. The other subjects that you'll get to choose as a year 7 or 8 include visual arts art, visual arts design, drama, food technology, PE, systems tech, music, and woodwork. You will also study the core subjects of humanities, English, science, and maths.
The next question is, how much homework will I have? There is a bit more than primary school, but it's not too overwhelming to start with. If you manage your time wisely in class, you will be able to get homework done very quickly. The teachers aren't too strict if you don't complete your homework, but you should still do it another time. The amount of time that you're doing homework will vary depending on the subject that is being set for your homework. And don't leave all your work for homework, because it will eventually overwhelm you, especially if you have other stuff that may get in the way of your homework, such as co-curricular activities.
Is the work really hard? Yes, the work is more challenging than primary school, but if you ask your teacher for help when you need it, they will be more than happy to support you. As long as you are organised and use your time wisely, you'll definitely be able to keep up with the workload and have a blast in your first year of high school.
Thank you for listening. Hope to see you all next year. Now over to Miss Gagliati.
Sorry.
Hello everyone, it's nice to talk to you again. So one of the questions that we had, or variety of questions that we had, was all around what will my school day look like and understanding the routines. So what I can share with you is that a regular day, a school day at Nmhs will begin with arriving at school and heading to our new middle school building. Our year 7s are going to be located on the top floor and our year 8s on our middle floor. Here you're going to visit your locker, greet your friends, socialise a little bit, get organised for your day. Every day we'll start with a Connect class that you will be assigned to, and after your Connect class you'll start your lessons. A very important person in your daily life will be your Connect teacher, and as you can see on the screen, the Connect teacher is your go-to person, and they're your person that's going to support and monitor your learning and well-being while you're at Norwood Morialta High School. You will have your Connect teacher, hopefully for at least 2 subjects, and you will have most of your subjects in your Connect classroom, but you will get a chance to move around the school for specialist subjects such as the arts, physical education, technologies and science, and enjoy those really exciting specialist facilities. You will have recess for 20 minutes a day and lunch for 40 minutes a day. And on Wednesdays, we'll have a shorter day, and you'll start later on this day as our staff engage in some professional learning in the mornings. So that summarises the basic school day, and you'll get lots more detail as you come in for transition. Now I'd like to hand over to Jackie Van Ryten, who's going to talk about our fantastic facilities.
Hello again. Everyone, I'd like to really, as Miss Gagliati said, I'd really like to talk to you all about our facilities. a lot has changed at our school. So if any of you have got brothers or sisters who happen to go to Norwood Morialta High School, you may already know of some of our facilities. But right now, the senior campus is a bit like a construction site. So we're really preparing for next year. So what I want to do is I want to show you what the middle school building looks like. You've already heard a little bit about it. It's a new 3-storey building, and we're now going to take a little bit of a walk through. So first of all, we're actually just about to go through, you can see the building, it looks beautiful, the outdoor spaces, and we're just about to go into the canteen. And behind the canteen you can see some beautiful outdoor spaces as well, a bit like an outdoor cafe style. So this is the canteen where you'll be able to purchase your food or even order it through quicker as well. And there'll be vending machines and microwaves for heating up. Now there's this wonderful corridor just right now, so we're just to the right is our learning hub, but this is the middle school building. And as you go into it, right now there are 2 entry points, but this is the presentation pod. So we're going up the stairs. So what actually happens is this is 3 stories, and we have the year 9s on the ground floor, as you've already heard, then 8s and 7s on the top, and a stunning roof terrace on the very top for year 7s and 8s to actually go to for recess and lunchtime. So as we're walking through, you can see that there are some sort of rectangular shapes on the walls. They're lockers, so every student will have their own locker. There is creative or collaborative spaces for you to be able to hang out in as well. Booths, seats, really cool couches and so on as well. Now, it doesn't quite look as orange as all of this, so don't stress that it's going to be all orange. It won't be, but it will be really beautiful spaces, as you can see, and lots of light coming into the school. So now we're just going up the stairs to the year 8 area. The layout is pretty much the same, where we've got classrooms on the outside with one central classroom in the middle, and it's also the same on the year 7 floor. So we have learning communities, as you've already heard. So you'll arrive at your space, you'll go to your locker, you'll be able to go to your Connect classroom as well. So we're just wandering around, and you can see that a lot of the classrooms are connected. So there are 2 classrooms, as you can see on the right hand side, that they are actually joined together by some glass. Your teachers can open up the glass. You can actually collaborate with the classroom next door as well as the students in your classroom. And directly ahead is our STEM maker space, where we can do some technology and science. And outside you can see now the beautiful outdoor spaces that are about to actually start on our campus. So lots is happening in these facilities, and not only have we got the beautiful middle school building, but and I'd just like to show you some other slides. So for example, you're also going to see, as I talked about, the connection of the classrooms, where you'll be able to work in groups, have really cool furniture, amazing technology as well. So, and I think Miss Walsh is going to talk to you about laptops later, but also you're going to be able to collaborate with the classrooms around you. Additionally, we've got the beautiful space of the roof terrace. You'll be able to go there at lunch and recess time. So it's just available for year 7 and 8 students only. And then there's also some other areas around the school that are only dedicated to year 7 and year 8 students. So you'll feel safe and supported. But of course, when you're ready, and if you wanted to, you'll be able to go to other shared locations around the school to engage and connect with our older students. And lastly, the last slide I have to show you is a brand new building. It's actually still works at the moment, and they've just poured the concrete slab for the 2nd floor. And we've got on the right hand side, you'll see our technology space. And on the left hand side, you'll actually see we have a 2-storey building where we've got home ec on the ground floor and arts on the top floor, and some beautiful landscaping. So you're going to be able to use the middle school facilities a lot of the time, and then when you go to specialist areas, you'll go to some beautiful new labs, but we also have got some fantastic home economics, technology and art facilities, all waiting for you to use. So I hope you're really excited, because it's fantastic facilities. And now I'd like to actually pass over to Mr. Shutt again to talk to you all about the extraordinary leadership opportunities that you'll have at our school.
Just before I begin answering this question, I'd just like to encourage you to post any questions that we haven't answered in the comments section on YouTube. It's great to see a number of questions already coming through, but if you do have any questions which you'd like to be answered, please post them and we'll try to answer them at the end. So what leadership opportunities will you be able to experience at our school? We've had a long-standing house system for a number of years at our school, and we've had 3 houses, so red, gold and blue. At the moment, we're currently preparing for a large number of students coming to our school, and that means we're going to increase the size of our house system. So we're currently reviewing the system, and we'll be really looking forward to presenting to you the new house system on your transition day. Also on your transition day, there'll be a session dedicated to student leadership. And some of our existing student leaders in Year 8 will be running some sessions with you, and you'll be able to experience what it's like to be a leader and what it's like to be a leader at our school. As you can see here from this evening, there are a range of different opportunities for our leaders to get involved in student life, to be able to have a say, for us to be able to really improve our school, to make it a place where you can take ownership over our school. So there are so many different opportunities, and it all really starts with the application process. So on that session, on your transition day, you'll be able to see the leadership application pack, and you'll be able to apply for the leadership position via our school website. So on the website, which you've accessed this link, there'll be a section on student leadership. The application pack will be there, and you'll be able to upload and apply for leadership at the end of this year. So I'd now like to hand over now to Miss Walsh, who'll be able to talk to you more about purchasing a laptop.
Okay, one of the questions that we often receive is about, do I need to buy a laptop? And the answer to that question is yes, you do. So we have an agreement with a particular laptop, and there is huge amounts of information about our laptop program on our website. And often people will ask, why do we need to have the same laptop? The purpose behind that is that it allows our IT services to be able to work collaboratively to ensure that the laptops are working at the most efficient manner, and that they get the support that they need as well. And it also enables us to be able to manage the process around getting them fixed if anything goes wrong, the support that needs with them, and also the programs that we're enabled to be able to be uploaded and used. And it makes it much easier if every student has the same laptop. I guess the other part about that is about connectivity as well. Often when people bring other laptops into the school, the connectivity process can be a little bit difficult. So it means that everybody has the same opportunities, and it means that everybody gets the same support. There is lots of information about the laptop program on our website, so please go to that. And if you have any questions, or even while I'm talking, please post something now, and we'll be able to support you in any way possible. Thank you.
Hello everyone, it's me again. I wanted to talk to you all about the uniform, because this is probably one of the most common questions that we're asked everywhere we go. Parents, students, what will I have to wear? So when you come to Norwood Morialta High School, we are a proud uniform school. It is an expectation that everyone wears uniform. But you know, we have so many different options for you to wear. You can wear a dress if you want to, the skirt and the top, shorts, pants, jacket, polo shirt, a buttoned up shirt. There are so many options, and we do encourage you to have a look on the website or go to our uniform shop. But I'm really excited because we have got new uniforms for next year for the middle school students. So new Year 7 and Year 8 students will not only be able to buy the existing uniform items that I've just talked about, but you'll also be able to wear a rugby top. So we're going to have a brand new rugby top for middle school students. We'll also have a tracksuit. So when you play sport and you have PE on a school day, you'll be allowed to wear your PE uniform to school for the whole day, which means you won't have to change into your PE uniform or change out of it. So you'll come to school wearing your sneakers, wearing your tracksuit pant and your jacket, and of course we've got shorts and sports tops as well. So you'll have all of that and you'll wear it the full day. But on all of the other days, when you don't have PE, you'll have to wear your school uniform. And we also have a formal uniform. When we have very special events, we do ask that students wear their formal uniform, and there's some information about that also on our website. And as things start to get cold next year, we've got jackets, like big puffer jackets, and also spray jackets that you might like to look at. But there are options for jumpers and other jackets as well. So lots of different things to cover you for your uniform. So I hope that actually helps you, and I know that there'll be further questions as well. But we do like to work with our students and with our families as we design and develop what our uniform looks like. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to invite everybody to come and join me, and we'll actually respond to some of your questions as well. So please, team, if you can join me. So, I believe that there may be some questions, and this is an opportunity for you to to send some questions through to us. But whilst we're waiting for some questions, you can actually see there's a fantastic poster that is actually on the screen as well, and I'm going to ask Mr. Gagliati to actually talk about that.
Thank you. I really want to encourage all of our new transitioning students to take a look at our student art competition that we're running at the moment. One of the exciting things that we are in the process of developing at the moment is our student diary, and we would really like to have some beautiful student artwork on the covers of our diary, and we really want to encourage our transitioning students to contribute to our school culture in this way and have an opportunity to have their artwork included on the student diary for next year. So we'd like people to think about theming their artwork around our school values of distinction, diversity and respect. And what you can do is just scan the QR code on this poster, and it will be available in a range of locations in your schools, on the website, and I believe it's already been sent out with some of our enrolment information. And so scan the QR code, upload a photo of your artwork, make sure to keep your original in case we need it, and enter that competition. Our entries close on Friday the 10th of September so that we can meet our timeline with our producer for our diaries. So we really encourage you to do that. It could be something you already have produced this year. It doesn't have to be new. So have a think about that, and we really hope that you submit some fantastic entries into that competition.
Thanks, Danny. Everyone, we'd also like to remind you, and perhaps you can have a word with your parents, because we require all of the enrolment forms and documentation to be submitted by tomorrow. So it's really important that that paperwork is actually submitted online, and if it can't be submitted online, then please drop it off at the school, either middle campus or the senior campus. But it's very important that we meet tomorrow's deadline so that we can proceed and obviously know that you've accepted your placement as well. So we will now go to some questions, because I believe there are some. So the first question?
So the first question we got was around the video that the students need to capture, and they just wanted a bit more clarification around what they do need to actually put in it. Do they need to copy exactly what they saw, or is it more so up to, they've got a bit more creative freedom?
Well, I mean, I think creativity is great, and we'd like you to have a little bit of creative freedom. However, the questions that are on there just, I guess, enable us to kind of gain as much insight about your learning journey as possible. So if you can use the majority of those questions, but if there's something else that you'd like to add, then we are very happy for you to do that.
Awesome. We have one here, I guess, slightly curriculum related question. Do we have esports?
It's actually a co-curricular activity, and we do have students who are interested in esports. And in fact, we were talking about Sports Day today, and we're actually looking at esports being one of the activities that students can do. So if students are interested in different sorts of activities, such as esports, then we ask that you come, and if we don't offer something like that, then we ask that you come along and talk to us, and we'll look at ways that we can actually set up some clubs. But currently, we do have a lot of students who are involved in esports.
Yep.
Awesome. We have we have a question around the uniform. When should that be ordered by to make sure that we get it in
Yes,
time?
it's really important that it is ordered. Now, we are currently working out the new designs for the new items that I was just talking to you about, so the rugby top and the tracksuit and so on. But the other items are also already available. However, we would recommend that you wait for the fit night. So we're working with Nmhs, who is our uniform supplier, and we are negotiating some nights where our Year 7 and Year 8 families, so yourselves, can go in and try on the uniforms and also order the uniforms. They won't obviously have all 600 uniforms, because we're going to have nearly 300 Year 7 students and 300 Year 8 students next year. And so that's a lot of uniform. So they'll be asking you to go in there next term to order, and then they'll have them all ready for you by the end of the year or the beginning of the new year, before the school year starts next year. So there's no need to panic right now. And we also recognise that some of you will actually have a bit of a growth spurt over the holidays too. So we understand that. So just wait for the fit nights, please, later on next term.
And linking perfectly in with uniform, there is a number of questions around the shoes, and if sneakers are an option.
No, sneakers are not an option. We are very, very strict on this, and there are some students who are not wearing the right shoes, and they do get into a little bit of trouble. So it's really important that every student wears black leather school shoes with a hard sole, a firm sole, to school. So that's wearing it to school, at school, and on the way home. So you must be in complete uniform as you're walking to and from school as well. Now, when you're playing sport though, of course, you don't want to wear those shoes. You'll wear other shoes. We do have bags that you can buy for sports shoes to go in them, and you can store them in your locker. But when you're in class, when you are actually, as I said, walking to and from school, you are wearing the perfect uniform and the black leather shoes. But there are some shoes out there that are black leather, and they are sports shoes, and they are not appropriate. And there are also other shoes that are more like the Converse, black Converse with rubber soles. They are also not appropriate. So please look at the school uniform, the website and the school uniform. There are some images of what's appropriate and what isn't. And if you're unsure, then just get your parents or even yourself, send us an email of a picture of what you think would be something that you'd like to purchase. That's if you're not sure.
Cool. We've got a question around the Connect classes. So what are they and what will be covered?
So our Connect classes will be something new next year, and really it's all about student development. So we have My Wellbeing, My Future, My Learning and My Community. They're the 4 strands of learning. And basically the learning will be structured around those strands, but there are also going to be some opportunities for what we're calling choice sessions or opt-in sessions, where students can choose from a range of different topics. So a range of different life skills, could be financial literacy, how to apply for jobs, and also a range of different passion projects as well. So there might be something which you're really keen on learning, and you can design your own project. So that at the moment is currently being developed. But really what it's about is it's learning to prepare you for your life beyond school. So the Connect program, the name came from connecting you to your future and also your life beyond school. So it's a really exciting program, and we're really looking forward to delivering it next year.
Awesome. There's a question around the Year 8 transition forms and a bit of confusion with the dates. So a clarification around if it's December the 2nd and 3rd, but in the video at the moment it says November the 2nd and 3rd. Which one is it?
Yeah, so well spotted by the viewer who spotted the incorrect date earlier. That was a little test.
You win a prize.
So
well done.
That is really important. and I'll just firstly say that all the information on our website and the transition page is correct. So please refer to everything on there. But I will just confirm that the Year 6 to 7 transition days will be taking place on Monday the 29th of November and Tuesday the 30th of November. And then the Year 7 to 8 transition days are taking place on Thursday the 2nd of December and Friday the 3rd of December. So apologies for that again, but those are the correct dates.
Now, we have informed all of your schools as well, so I have written letters to your principals, so they are aware of those dates. And so it's week 8 of term 4 when you'll be coming, and you'll be coming to the senior campus so that you can see the new facilities and start to actually feel connected. Of course, there's still going to be construction on site, but we'll be able to support you around the school.
Awesome. There are so many questions coming in, which is fantastic. So I'm struggling to keep up with them all at the moment. One, I guess, very critical to new students coming to a school is, what do we sell in the canteen?
Oh,
Very
you know
important.
what? We're getting a new people who are going to be running the canteen next year, and I'm working with choosing the canteen. The new canteen supplier, and they're fantastic options ranging from, I guess, really healthy hamburgers or just hamburgers, chicken burgers. There are hot dogs, amazing pies and pasties, sushi, different curries. Oh, you name it.
Vegan.
They do it. And vegan options and vegetarian options, lasagnas,
Salads.
salads, beautiful
Healthy.
salads. And we're really focused on a lot of yummy, healthy things as well. We're also going to have vending machines around the school so that students, and some of it with hot food, so you'll be able to go there and purchase hot food through the vending machine, because of course we're a big school. But there's lots and lots of choice. I can't stress that enough. There is so much to choose from, and they'll have different specials on different days as well. You'll be able to go into the canteen and choose your food, but you'll also be able to order it on Quicker, and your family can help you pay for that as well and order it the day before if you wanted to, and then you can go to the window and pick it up rather than line up in the queue. So we think it's going to work really, really well. And also when you are in senior years, we have a student-run cafe, so you'll be able to actually use that too.
I think the other thing just to add is also Quicker, so you'll be able to pre-order your food, which will give you an opportunity that you can do it prior, and you can of course purchase it on the day as well, but if you'd like to be organised, you can purchase prior.
We recommend that you do that.
Yeah.
A question around the languages that we offer. What are the languages that we offer here?
We offer 5 languages: German, Greek, Japanese, Italian and Chinese. So the 5, and they all go to year 12. And if there is another language that students want to actually study, then we can support students to do that through the School of Languages. And they run classes across Adelaide during the evenings, and usually students start that in year 10 onwards. But for us, we actually we want our students to do these languages for 3 years, and many of our students study from year 7 through to year 10, so 4 years, and after that you have a choice whether you continue with your languages, but a lot of our students do, because it's really important to have an understanding of another culture.
Excellent. Now, there's a lot of questions around laptops at the moment, and can I bring my HP or my MacBook or my different types of computers?
That is a no. That it's really important that everybody has the same device, so that everybody has the same access to the same programs and also the same support. So one other thing, and also the battery life. So the battery life on these particular laptops enables you to be able to use them for the whole day. And on the very rare occasion that they do run out, that we'll have charging stations. But the charging stations will only be set up for those particular computers. So it enables everyone to be on the same level and to have the same access point as well. And it is also important on the very rare occasion where there are the needs basis that a family, for whatever reason, they can talk to us about what that might look like. But overall, and the majority is that people have the same computer.
There are, you can either purchase it through the supplier that we have identified on the website, or you may be able to purchase exactly the same, and it needs to be the same laptop elsewhere. We do recommend that you go through our supplier if you can, because we've actually done a lot of research and found it is actually probably the best in terms of cost and also with service. They have different options, whether your family would like to pay it outright, like pay up all of the money up front, or whether you can also do a payment scheme.
Awesome. Unfortunately, no, you're not allowed to bring your Samsung smart fridge into school. It might be a bit difficult with the staircases.
Or your microwave, by the looks of
Or
it.
microwave, yes. I guess working off of safety, there was a question around the rooftop area and what the supervision would be like and how that would work for our Year 7 and 8 students.
Students will not be able to go to the roof terrace without teacher supervision. We will make that very clear. It has 2 access points through the stairwells and also the lift, but students will not be allowed there, and we can actually block off the entry when teachers aren't there. We were only there yesterday, so what actually happens, it's got a very, very high fence. So I'm quite tall, and it probably comes almost to my shoulders, or certainly well past my waist. That is actually the fence, and then you've got above that there's a 3-metre pole which has got wire netting. So it's very, very safe up there. And we have worked with the department and also the Department for Education, the Department for Infrastructure, DIT and Transport, to ensure that we meet all of those regulations. It will only be, as I said, for Year 7 and Year 8 students, and even then there's going to be a maximum, a cap on how many people can be up there as well. It's not a place to play sport. It is a place to go up there for some quiet time, for learning, and we'll have some games such as giant Jenga and chess and so on up there.
Awesome. Now, we've got a question from those students who have been accepted via the special entry pathway. So, do STEM accepted students have separate classes without non-STEM students, or are they able to be in the same classes?
Would you like to answer that, Danny?
Sure. So for our STEM classes, they will actually be grouped together into the same Connect class. So they will work with their peers in the STEM program for their subjects.
Cool.
And Italian immersion's the same.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We've got a question around phones. Can we use our phones during the day?
Okay, so phones, we are in the process of redesigning our mobile phone and device policy, and the answer to that is no. That you will be able to use your phone to purchase any goods at the canteen and to use Quicker if required, or the vending machine, or unless you have permission by your teacher for a particular lesson. But the majority of the time, your mobile phone will be located in your locker, which will have a combination lock on it, and so that because we believe that it is really important for you to socially interact, to actually have a conversation with each other, and there are lots of other opportunities and things that you can do at lunchtime and recess. So, and there'll be activities, clubs, sport, etc. So we're going to encourage that, and that's something that we believe is really important.
Excellent. Now, I had a question and then I lost it on the way through. Obviously, there's a lot of questions around, is it possible to play a Fortnite or Minecraft or any of those, I guess, games on their laptops during breaks?
It's we do encourage students not to be on their devices in break time. It's really important because otherwise you're going to be using your laptop at times in classes, not all the time, obviously, but we want to try to make sure that you're not on your device and have intensive screen time all day. So we encourage you to do other things during your break time and be involved in clubs. We will also sometimes we might have sport practice as well. So you'll be able to do that, get outside, get some fresh air, connect with your friends, socialise, have fun. I know you have fun playing Minecraft and other things, but we prefer that you need to do that at home. You know, school is about socialising and developing a lot of really important skills.
What we did recognise, though, is that there were a number of students who were very passionate about their video games, and that's why we've established the esports club. And obviously, as our school is expanding and moving to one site, we'll look at expanding the days where we do run esports. And currently we have students participating in Rocket League and FIFA and other school-appropriate games, unlike Fortnite. But we will be looking at running those more frequently to give those students an opportunity to engage in that program.
Awesome. Now, I'm mindful of the time. We've only got about 5 more minutes remaining. So if you do have extra questions afterwards, feel free to comment on the video down below and we'll be able to kind of get back to you through that. So another question around how many classes per year level?
So at the moment, we're looking at 12 to 13 Connect classes in each year, in years 7 and year 8 for next year, and each class is going to have about 24 to 25 students. That's what we're aiming for. Naturally, if our numbers increase, then the numbers may go up, or if it decreases, we might change the number of Connect classes. But at the moment, it is looking at 12 to 13 classes.
Cool. Is there a playground?
No, sadly, we don't have a playground. But we are really interested in how we can work with you around what you would actually like, and it might be that down the track that's something that we look at as well. We have got we've had some outdoor gym equipment for our students, like fitness equipment. We also have an ergo room and like a weights room here at the school where students like to go, so that might be something that students might like to use at lunchtime. And so when you're here and you actually get to see the facilities that we have and the outdoor opportunities and what you can do at lunch and recess time, we'd like you to talk to us as well so that we can further develop some of those activities with you.
Awesome. So we might make this one the last question because I think it's probably one of the most important ones that's been asked so far. So will the whole school have lunch and recess together? 1,700 students at once.
Yes, it will. Yep. Our school has been on 2 campuses dual campuses for nearly 29 years. And one of the reasons why we really wanted to come together on one site was to ensure that there was continuity of learning, which means not only can we personalise learning for students through curriculum, where some of you might be really good or interested in some subjects that are in other year levels. Like when you are in year 9, you might want to do a subject in year 10 or year 11. Or, it's also about learning from older students and younger students as well. So we are one school. We have lunch and recess together. We're really excited about doing the house program, having fun activities across the school. Obviously, we'll be doing lots of things for the middle school. We'll be doing a number of things for senior school, but also as a whole school. And we haven't been able to do that for a long, long time. So we're really excited by being able to do that at lunch and recess. We have got organisational structures in place to make sure that things will work well. But our intention is to keep things separate. The reason why I brought up curriculum and learning is if we had lunch and recess time at different times, then we wouldn't be able to personalise the curriculum in the way that we want to be able to do it, because there would be a completely different timetable.
Awesome. So as we said, guys, if you do have any additional comments, questions, anything along those lines, please leave them as a comment underneath this video and we'll be able to get back to you fairly quickly with answers to those.
They were great questions.
Yep, excellent questions.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us this evening. I'd also just like to remind you that within our transition page on our website, down the bottom there is an opportunity for you to ask any questions. They'll be emailed straight to us. We'll try to get back to you as soon as we can.
Yep.
But thank you so much for joining us. We really are looking forward to meeting all of you very soon, only in a few months, for our transition days.
95 days.
95 days.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Have a
See
good
ya.
night.